Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here with a collective reading. It is about the eclipse, right? I thought I'd get one out for you so you can, we can feel out the energies. We're already in those energies, of course. It's on the 28th of October, so it's very close. It is a partial lunar eclipse in Taurus, so this is your chance to break free from things that no longer serve you. And unfortunately, for some of us, things are going to be taken from us. Like things are going to end, right? So other people are going to make decisions that affect us in the way that we interact with each other, and unfortunately it's going to end some things that we didn't expect, right? Because that's what eclipses are about. Boom, happens like that. And that energy is being cut away. It's not an end of a cycle, it's the end, period. It's the death card, right? So also other things that are going on. Well, sit down and grab a snack. No, it's not that lengthy. But Virgo is Venus is in Virgo, and it is casting anxiety around. It's casting anxiety about relationships and romance and your self-worth, because that's what Virgo's energy does, right? It makes us look over the details. And when Venus is in Virgo, it makes us think about all the things of the Venusian stuff, right? The heart space. Right. So, and then of course, Jupiter is still in retrograde until December the 31st. So these energies all combined, we come to realizations. We have realizations that we are lovable. We have realizations that those people were never pouring into us the way we wanted them to or asked them to. And you are realizing that you do deserve to be reciprocated by others, right? In terms of love, in terms of friendship, in terms of your workplace, it doesn't matter where it is. So this is a reminder. It's a time of reminder, right? To surround yourself with people who pour into you like you pour into them. I think those are realizations. If you've already had this realization, it is something that will come in the ascensions. But if you already had this realization, you're getting clarity on it now as to why you did, and you're kind of good with your decisions, I think. All right, enough damn blah blah. Here we go. We are doing a reading for all signs. Please, I'll call it signs and symbols as you need to know them in order to know what's going on. Get your intuitive hat on. We've got don't let your past hold you back. Yo, I think you're just going to be taking the sword and cutting things out, leaving some things behind. We have be bold and make the first move. Look, for some of you, you're going to be doing it. You're going to be the one who finally brings this thing to an end. And I think that you've probably been thinking about it, but have been sort of too wary to do it. Like you don't really know if you should. I'm still undecided. A personal issue reaches resolution. And so there is going to be a resolution. I feel like around 3 weeks from the eclipse, and the full moon, I feel that that there is going to be some sort of a resolution that's going to come, and that either is you decide that you've just got to go your own way and leave some people in the past. A personal issue, and it could be anything personal. It could be money. Could be emotions, though, because this is the full moon in Cancer energy here. And we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So some of you could be Gemini. Got Gemini and Cancer. The answers you need are coming. It really does feel like a crescendo. When you listen to music, right? It builds to a certain point. And yes, I'm in my mind, I'm watching a concert, and it goes to a crescendo, and at the crescendo, somebody, yeah, it's the symbols. It's like it happens quickly, and it's very abrupt, and it for a moment, it might frighten you, or you're like, why did that just happen? Until you reflect back on it and you get some clarity. And I think that's going to take a couple weeks after something that has been holding you back, you finally let it go. It's like you've been pulled back in the slingshot, and you're just cutting all the ropes. That's it. You're cutting all the elastics. Yep. And you're just gonna say, no, you don't have that kind of control over me anymore. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. So for some of you, you don't want to let this go because you're really attracted to them. Leos are very attractive and you love their energy and they're very happy and very excitable and go-getters and, all those things, right? But also a fixed sign, which means that they can be very stubborn, and the one that's at the front of the line, they just won't let their position go. They're someone who's always fighting for to beat the front of the line. They're just so brave, right? That's Leo. We've got Gemini up in your head, right? The answers you need are coming. So there's something that you've been thinking about for a long while, and you will get your answer. I feel like somebody's letting something go. That's what it feels like. All right, where are we going to? Okay. Alrighty. Haven't pulled these out in a while. All right, what's that? We've got love. Okay, so we are talking about love. Be bold and make the first move. Don't let your past hold you back. Somebody here, the universe is telling you, just because whatever happened in the past, it doesn't mean that every relationship you have will be like that. But understand that's your choice, right? You have to choose not to repeat the cycle. Sometimes that causes maybe a little bit of healing. So don't let your past hold you back. Just because things didn't work out back there with other people and other situations, it doesn't mean it won't work going forward. We've got the shield. You need to defend yourself. Personal issues are reaching a resolution. For some of you, it could be a legal thing. It could legally that you need to defend yourself. A personal issue. So whatever the personal issue, it could be an argument you have with a loved one. I'm just saying, whatever it is, it feels like it's going to reach its resolution by and about the third week. Oh, look, we've got March. For some of you, it could be March. The answers you need are maybe coming by March. If it is a legal thing and you're waiting on something, for some of you, it might resolve itself by March, or at least come to some sort of a resolution here. Oh, March. Yeah. So it does feel like, yeah. Sorry, I'm just listening. We've got cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life, and we've got dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Okay, so I'll tell you what I was listening to, or the feelings that I was getting while I was looking at the March. And it feels like something is coming up for some of you in March, and it feels like it's it's something that you've been waiting for a very long time. For some of you, it's a person, and it feels like it's like around their birthday. That's what I want to say. So it could be an Aries. Could be someone who's Pisces or Aries, but it's sometime in March, and it feels as though the answers you need are coming, my friend, okay? So if you are the Pisces or the Aries or the Gemini, I feel like you've been asking questions of the universe for so long, and I feel like the answers are coming. And I want to say that you already have that answer in your gut, but it feels too scary to believe that it might happen. Like in your favor. That's what it feels like. Oh, okay. About someone you love, or it's somebody that you have platonic or romantic love for. For some of you, we've got something happening in November. The bottom of the deck is the future, right? Something significant will be happening in November. Okay. What cards we're going to use? All right. So you're being asked to not let your past hold you back as it pertains to love. Be bold and make the first move. Maybe you're the person who doesn't usually make the first move, or hasn't made the first move in a very long time. And I think that this energy is going to encourage you to do that, although there is a little bit of anxiety around relationships right at this time, right? Be bold and make the first move. We've got the Hanged Man. Okay, so don't let your past hold you back. And then we have the Hanged Man, right? You are being held back at this point. Like, it feels like in the Hanged Man energy, it's a place where you're trying to see things from another point of view, trying to get a different perspective on things. It also feels like it's a bit of a sacrifice. Don't let your past hold you back. It feels like you were always the one who was asked to sacrifice in love. And I don't think you're going to do that anymore. I think that's being cut away for you. And I don't think that sacrificing in love is a bad thing when it's in the right situation. But what I feel like, it almost feels like you were giving more than they were giving. This is Pisces energy. Ooh, look at that. We have a tower here present. Be bold and make the first move. Are you kidding me? Is that you, Scorpio? I just heard you walk in the room. I just felt you walk in the room. All right. Got Cancer here. And we've got 4 Pentacles. Personal issue reaches resolution. And I think the personal issue that reaches resolution could have something to do with somebody that you haven't spoken to. The 4 of Pentacles, it can be holding on to something too tightly, but it also for me is being shut off or shut down, not being vulnerable. So the personal issue reaches resolution tells me that maybe there's going to be more communication coming. You need to defend yourself. It might have been because of something that happened. Like, it feels like a family situation where somebody took sides on a problem, or a work relationship where somebody took sides on the problem. That's what it feels like. So something that's happening that it means something to you personally. So it doesn't have to be your personal life, but maybe you have a really big connection to it. It makes a difference to you personally how this ends up. Okay. March, the answers you need are coming. So we've got the Star. Look at that. Very hopeful. Hopeful. Your manifestation's coming, my friend. I feel like you're going to be going through a lot of changes as it pertains to this time period. And right, just because the eclipse is on the 28th, it doesn't mean you're still not feeling the energy on the 31st, right? It lingers. It lingers for a while, and I don't know how long. I'm not your astrologist, but that energy does still linger, for sure. There's some big changes coming. I feel like you're the one who's going to be making the big changes, though. It says be bold and make the first move, and then the Tower shows up. We'll talk about that. Oh, look at that. There's a choice about something. What's this? Oh, it's choosing to end something. There we go. I feel like it's a choice to end something. It could be a relationship. It doesn't need to be. The Lovers is here, but it could be something you've been thinking about. It's Gemini energy, right? Right here, we've got Gemini. It could be something that you've been thinking about ending for a long while. So for some of you, maybe you feel like you've got to defend yourself against someone that you are in a relationship with, or maybe it's a dramatic situation where you got to defend yourself against people who are saying some things about a relationship that I think you're about to let go of. You're about to make a choice to let go of the Ace of Swords. Like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Knight of Wands. Something's happening super quickly, but we know that because of the energy of the eclipse, right? For some of you, you could get communication from the Knight of Wands. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, someone who previously didn't give you very much stability in your life. Somebody you're very attracted to and that you have chemistry with. Brave. This person's really brave. They're brazen, I want to say. And I feel like they're just crashing into like, okay, not crashing in, but you know what I mean? It's like the knock on the door you didn't expect, or the text you didn't expect. And we have, it could be someone that you, from the past, right, that you've been dating. And I think that this thing had come to an end, and now somebody wants to speak with you. This person is showing up as the Knight of Wands, though they're not showing up as anyone who's giving you any sort of indication that they've changed. It feels like they're still going to be in and out of your life. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. It almost feels like you knew that they were coming. You're waiting to hear from them. All right. Let's do this here. So I feel as though somebody is about to let it go. Yeah. And I think it's going to hurt. First thing I noticed about the Hangman when I first saw that card was, wow, nobody's around that person. They got to cut themselves down, and nobody's around. They got to hit the floor. It's going to hurt. So somebody is currently letting something go, an old relationship, a job, whatever it is, they're sacrificing it. They don't need it anymore. Because of this, I think. It says don't let your past hold you back. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Flipping cards here. We've got Justice in the reverse. Justice is in the reverse. We've got Libra energy here. And we got the Six of Cups. The Five of Pentacles is here. Yeah. So I feel like some of you are letting go finally of a situation that you thought was your wish fulfillment that ended up not to be. I think that it feels like it was something different when you first entered into it. And I don't mean a long relationship. Look, once the bloom is off the rose and you decide you're going to stay together forever, you have to like change with each other. But this seems new-ish. It seems like 6 months, 8 months. It doesn't seem, and to me 6 or 8 months is kind of new, but it doesn't feel like it's working out the way you thought it would. Or maybe this person has turned into someone different. Or yeah, you thought it was your happiness, and I feel like you've been in the Hanged Man energy, the stagnant energy here, trying to see it from another point of view because you really didn't want to give it up. But I think what this energies, all of these energies are doing is it's making you feel like, you're looking at your self-worth. Jupiter's in retrograde, which makes you look at your abundance and on the inside and realizing that this person maybe is not reciprocating. They're not exactly pouring into you the way you pour into them. And it never has to be exact, but it does have to be, right? And so I want to say that there's no justice here with your soulmate. So it feels like somebody here is about to let go or has let go somebody who they know is their soulmate that isn't good for them. And I think we've had that conversation before. I think that came up in a reading a few days back. But those are kind of the energies that have been flying about. Really looking over things in fine detail and realizing that knowing that this person is someone you've known them for a long time, they are your friend, they are your lover, whatever status they have in your life, it feels like it's a realization that this person is not everything that they said they would be. And I feel like with the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, it tells me that things are about to get quiet and disconnected. For others of you, it could be that this is somebody that said this to you. Look, I thought you were different, and I don't think that this is going to work. I don't get much balance here. I think you're my soulmate, but I don't think you're good for me. It's a Tower. Yeah. Be bold and make the first move. I think it's you that's doing it, my friend. Yeah. So you could be Libra, could be a Scorpio, could be an Aquarius. We've got Gemini, we've got Cancer. And I think we have Pisces and Aries here because of March. We have the Nine of Pentacles. You're just going to hold on and white knuckle that Tower is what you're going to do. That's what it feels like. Yep, Two of Wands. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So it feels like things start to slow down. You're not so busy. The Tower coming down, I feel makes you slow down. I want to say makes you really slow down and look around, because we've got Nine of Pentacles and it is about looking at your 3D world, right? We've got this full moon partial eclipse coming up in Taurus, right? Which is all the earthly things. So we have the Nine Pentacles here, and I feel like the Tower causes you to kind of take stock or start to assess what it is that you can do without, what it is that you need. And the Two of Wands, this is where you are, right? Midway of this reading, you're kind of at the crossroads. So it feels like that you are making a decision to cut away some things that are going to give you some levity, because I feel that you've been really busy trying to give this one, trying to give that one. And I feel like you're deciding, no, it's time that I look at me inwardly and say, it's time for me to get some reciprocity. So what I want to say is you break away from this relationship back here and you become single. I think it's a realization of things, right? As we were saying. realization of things here that that you need to defend yourself. Yeah. What is this personal issue that comes to resolution, please? There's going to be some sort of conversation about something. It could be with an Aries or with a Virgo, but it feels as though somebody has something to say. The Knight of Swords is that for me. Has something to say. Very can be very aggressive with how they come in with their words. It feels like it goes from being very quiet or being shut down or shut off to somebody who has all of a sudden has a lot of words. It feels like I think you might be the person who has learned a lot. There's been a lot. I feel a lot of aha moments, or so maybe it's not exactly words, but maybe it's words in the head, like aha moments and realizations. The Hermit is here. So we're in this place of self-care, doing some wisdom, being by ourselves, learning that you're the magician and that you are the one who always had the power to make things work in your favor, to cut out things you don't need, to decide that you're going to move forward in a very different way than you did back here, that not every relationship you're going to go through is going to be like that one back there. So just leave it back there and don't allow it to infiltrate whatever's coming up here, because I think that you're manifesting something here. You've been manifesting something in hermit mode for a very long time, and I feel as though you're getting a lot of realizations, and I don't think you're talking to people, but I think you're getting resolution. It feels like you're coming up with your own resolution, like you're getting personal issues resolved, but I don't know that you're actually talking to anybody about that. I feel like it's in hermit mode that you get the wisdom of why things are going on the way that they are. I also feel that in this moment you're learning your self-worth. You're learning, because the Venus in Virgo makes you kind of question your self-worth a little bit. So I think that here it's like you are, I know who I am. I know I have all the tools. I'm the one in charge. I can do what I want. I can come out of hermit mode whenever I want, and I can do what I want. But I think you spend a time here, probably around, the third week after this. It feels like you spend time just sort of being by yourself. And I think you're doing heavy-duty manifestation in that time. I think the things that you are going to realize or know about are coming probably in the spring. Well, if you're in my side of the world, I'm in Canada, so it's right now it's becoming winter here. So in the northern hemisphere, it's becoming southern hemisphere, it's becoming spring. In northern hemisphere, it's now we're batting down the hatches in some places for winter. So I feel like for some of you who are really in spring right now, I feel like this is going down. It feels like something's going to happen in March, and it feels like the energy right now is an energy of spring or things renewing themselves. The answers are coming to you. What are the answers that are coming to you here? You were hopeful that you would get these answers, and I think that you will. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Devil. You see someone for who they really are. Yeah. And it feels as though that it makes you not really feel attracted to them anymore. The Knight of Wands is here, and it feels like it's something that you learn about somebody that possibly you wanted to be with, because we were talking about the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. Possibly someone that you wanted to be with back here, maybe you let them go, even though you knew they were a soulmate. It feels like something comes to the surface about how they really felt about you, or the Queen of Cups is in the reverse. It's like it's overly emotional. It gets you very emotional. It's like you find out something about someone, this Knight of Wands, whoever they are, that was really toxic. Like maybe you find out that they were an alcoholic, or they had, problems with something else. And I mean, whether you're drinking alcohol or playing too many video games or buying too many shoes, it's the same. It's repetitive behaviors. It's obsessive behaviors. And I think what you're going to find out is that somebody didn't love themselves. They didn't love themselves, or they didn't really have a good idea of what love was. No one taught them. And so it feels like the answers that you're going to get is that I feel like you had to let somebody go back here, but I feel like you did that and it taught them a lesson. I think you're going to find something out about this person here, yeah, and they're going to talk to you and tell you about it. It feels like and that's why endings are so important, right? So new beginnings can start, because I feel like we're talking about the same person. I feel like we're talking about the person who somebody is letting go, and then it feels like there's a conversation about it at a later date. Somebody was saying, "Look, I didn't tell you, but I'm an alcoholic, and I didn't know how to control it, and that's why I couldn't love you. I didn't love myself." Right? The Queen of Cups is in the reverse, and that's why I couldn't give you any stability, because I couldn't. It wasn't ever that they didn't want to, my friend. It was that they couldn't. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, could be dealing with Aries or Virgo. What is this conversation? Tell me this, please. So this person never told you. What they were hiding from you is that they actually wanted this new beginning with you. They wanted this new beginning with you. So they're coming back to talk to you about that. So this person who's back here that you cut away, it feels like probably in about 30 days time, around about a month or so, they're probably going to come back. But I think that the reason that they couldn't be with you wasn't because they didn't want to be with you. And the reason that they were acting the way they were acting in your relationship is because even though you were in a relationship with them, they were hiding an addiction of some sort. Yeah, or doubt or fear. Living behind fear, but it feels like the Queen of Cups is in the reverse because they didn't love themselves. But I feel like this person is healing. I feel like they're ready for a new beginning, and that's what they're not telling you when they ask you if they can speak with you. And the Lovers is here. They're choosing you, and it feels like this person is still in your energy as a soulmate. I'm just saying, do with that what you will. All right, let's throw a couple of these cards and let's get the heck out of here. Give me some details about the collective or the person that we're talking about. Darker skin, business owner, someone who is an Aries possibly. Either you are or they are, take it as it resonates. We have Earth sign. This is not an ex. We have warm as the sun. For some of you, you have new love coming in. Look at this. For some of you, you have new love coming in. So for some of you, you're not going to entertain this anymore. You're going to have this conversation, and that's where it's going to end. Because it feels like there's some new energy coming in here. Look at this. This is not an ex. In the next few weeks, and I was just talking about a few weeks, right? We have some new energy or someone new. Now, right now is not the time. You got to deal with this first. But I feel like the person who's coming in could be an Earth sign. They could be a Leo, or they could be an Aries. Take it as it resonates. I'm going to go. I love you all. I will be back. Oh, look, they're emotionally available. Look, the Knight of Wands is not emotionally available, but they are now. I think they've been healing. Just going to say, love you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.